want to get to these comments about gay rights and gay marriage that are in the spotlight again. Can you just clarify for us sort of where you stand on this issue? I know you're saying that gays haven't been segregated when it comes to, say, water fountains the way African Americans have been. But do you think that gay Americans are discriminated against, that they face discrimination?
Oh my gosh. Why on earth are they bringing this up? They got Ben Carson on. Welcome to Gimme 5. And this is all they want to talk about. Gay, gay, gay. Discrimination, discrimination. I know you answered the question about gays. You don't believe it's analogous to the civil rights movement of blacks. I know you answered that question, but do you think gays are discriminated against? Huh? Leave enough already. Ask him about something else. The man was the first to separate conjoined twins at the head. He's a genius. Ask him something else. Watch.
I don't really want to talk about the gay issue, except maybe you can get the answer for this question. What position can a person take who has no animosity toward gay people, but believes in the traditional definition of marriage that would be acceptable?
That is the gosh darn great question. Bravo to Ben Carson. He summed it up there in 16 seconds. I don't want to talk about this crap anymore. What position could someone take that believes in traditional marriage that would get you folks to leave us the heck alone and won't be considered homophobic? Is there any answer I could give? More.
Well, sir, I mean, if you're running for president, I think it's fair to ask you this question. Part of being a candidate is to answer questions. Can you tell us if, I understand if you're saying it's not exactly the same, but people look at that, some people look at that and they say we're talking about two groups that have faced discrimination, and I wonder if you think gay Americans face discrimination even if it's not at water fountains.
She had the same question. Hey, really, people running for president have to answer questions? Really? Is that true? Someone should tell Hillary. Hey, did you ask Barack Obama, senator, when he was running for president, the questions about how he bought his house from a guy who wound up in prison? Did you ask him questions about Bill Ayers, about the Reverend Wright, about his birth certificate back then, or about his college records, or about how he wrote in his book how he got high on drugs all the time when he was in high school and college? Did you ask him any of those questions? No. Because only conservative black men running for president have to answer your darn questions. Here's more.
I've made my opinion quite clear on this issue. I think the Constitution protects every single American, and everybody has equal rights. Nobody has extra rights.
Sure, but if you're saying it protects people from discrimination, I'm asking you then if you think gay Americans are protected from being discriminated against, and do they face discrimination? Do you think they do?
Everybody should be protected against discrimination.
She won't stop. She just won't stop. It's such a meaningless question because all he has to say is, yeah, I guess some gays are discriminated against, like some Jews and some women and some blacks. So what? All right, that's my answer, but he didn't say that. Here's more.
And are gay Americans facing discrimination?
Can we move on to something more important? Is there anything more important?
No, you haven't answered my question. You haven't answered my question. Are gay Americans discriminated against? It's a very simple question. I'm just asking you to clarify your remarks.
I just said everybody needs to be protected from discrimination. Everybody probably has somebody who discriminates against them because there are people with small minds who think that way.
Thank you. He should have said, maybe, but you know what they do to gays in Iran? You know what they do to them in Muslim countries? They stone them to death and hang them. Does that bother you? More.
So you're saying gay Americans are discriminated against?
I'm saying every group faces some type of discrimination. Christians face a lot of discrimination. I wish we would talk more about that.
Then, so do you not want to talk about discrimination against gay Americans?
I just gave you an answer.
Okay, I will say that I think you gave me part of an answer, but not a complete one.
You are pathetic, Breonna Keeler. Pathetic, and you should be ashamed.